I think you gotta put your headphones.
This is better ahead?
Yeah, that looks good.
Word.
Welcome to a special edition of Magnets, Crystals, Pyramids. This is a special show with Brother Ross Ben on short notice, Brother Amun, KufunyaStarRebel, Mama Afwa, and a whole Miss Bliss. I am happy she is here. Baraka is doing the daddy moonwalk in the middle of a full moon night, and he won't be able to see us until the daylight. So without further ado, let us start with the tribute to our divinity.
Putting out a call to the warrior in you, to the healer in you, the king, the queen, the magician, the lover in you. Every single day, we are called to walk in our purpose. Answer the call. Lay down your burden and anything that holds you back and take your rightful place. The battle is everywhere. It's right in your face. Let's go.
Okay, let's do our opening invocation. I am in me. I am in Ross Ben. I am in Miss Bliss. I am within Afwa. I am within Kufunya. I am within Amun. I am within you, the listening audience. We individually and collectively, now and in the future, call upon our ascended master ancestors, calling on Sheikh Amadou Bamba, Sheikh Ibrafal, Simeon Toko, Yahshua, Black Madonna, Mother Mary, calling upon Melchizedek, Enoch the Ethiopian who ascended into the heavens and became Metatron. We ask in the name of love that you be on this platform tonight, and all the ascended master crystal guides throughout the world, the Buddhas, the Krishnas. We call upon all the herb masters, the crystal masters, to be with us tonight. Great divine director, Sanat Kumara, Kuthumi, Buddha, Krishna. We call on Harriet Tubman. We call on Master Kalindi Aye, George Washington Carver, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Chief Geronimo, Chief Osceola, who led the Seminoles. We call on Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, Chief Seattle. We call on all the warrior healers throughout time and space to intervene upon the cross-eyed, misdirected world leaders, known and unknown, human and non-human. We ask for ascended master intervention. We ask for Archangel Michael to intercede and protect all our women, children, all our brothers, uncles, cousins, all our family, friends, and loved ones. And we say, Ashe, Aho, Donada, Wado, Amin. And so it is. Welcome to the platform, family. And we have Brother Ross Ben, who put together the Star Clan out in Tucson, Arizona. Brother, what have you done, man? You got a whole...
I'm just assisting Amun Mirage. He's the mastermind of this mission right here. You might want to start. You might want to start with Brother Ray, Brother Amun. What you got to share with the people, brother? What was your vision?
So years ago, are y'all all? Am I echoing for all of y'all? I have to make sure I'm not echoing too much.
Sound check.
Okay.
Sound check. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2,
Maybe
1, 3.
Kufunya, mute your mic until it's your turn.
My mic is muted.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
Bliss is not muted.
Okay. We just want to make sure we sound correct.
Good, brother. You sound good.
Perfection. Yes. So
we put you in the middle, man, because you
once upon a time, Raspen let the Philadelphia family know about the missions out here to Arizona to not only collect international crystals and stones and gems from the greatest gathering of stone bearers on all levels, from people who are selling super expensive things to people who are just in their backyards but happening to be coming up on some amazing minerals from the earth. And we came out in 2005, and I made it my responsibility to come out every year. So I've been out every year except one since 2005. And many times me and Raspen would meet out here or try our best to synchronize. And eventually, after bringing friends and, on a small picture, I saw the vision for Crystal Sun Rising, which is, a retreat for enlightenment, empowerment, and us to really have family time together, because we have a village of aware people who wrap stones, but not always people who get a family experience to understand that this love thing we talking about has a living resonance to it. It's the way we treat each other. It's the way we enjoy each other's company. It's the way we uplift each other, learn from each other. And all of that happens at this retreat every year. So this is our 4th year doing it, and we plan to do many more.
Oh, that's awesome, man. As a people coming in, please, family, let us know where you're listening from, because this is a global experience. And put it in the chat, and I'll post it on the screen. We just had Brother Ankara come in. Brother Ankara, where you listening from, man? Welcome to the forum. I guess you
Greetings,
can.
Brother Ankh, man.
Oh, you can hear. Okay, cool.
Tuning in from. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you got a slow stream. But go ahead. Yeah, his stream is slow.
I'm not sure if my connection is good, man. Can you guys hear me?
All right, that's better. That's better.
No?
Yeah, we was asking where you listening from, man. Where you connected from? Okay, his connection is slow. It's slow. So Kufunya, tell us, what is it like in Tucson, Arizona?
Well, first and foremost, I give thanks to the Most High creation for getting me here from A to Z. No pun intended, but AZ stands for Arizona. And this is my second venture with Brother Amun and Raspen. It was back in 2020, right before the pandemic happened, that we were out here in Tucson, Arizona at the Gem Show. So I've always wanted to go to Tucson to the gem show because I've been working with crystals, essential oils, and tuning forks for a good number of years, and worked in the world famous East West bookstore and yoga studio. And it's a very good experience to see where all of these different crystals come from, the people who are in front of the crystals, making sure that it's good quality. And the fact that Ross Ben, interacting with Ross Ben and everything, and just having the opportunity to do it again. And big respect to Ras Amun and also um, Ras Ben and everyone who came out. I mean, it's a really beautiful sight to see. People just think, that they don't know. They have to come and experience it for themselves,
True.
because they really, really, really don't have any idea. Like if you had a satellite, you can see the energetic vibrations from a satellite to see what kind of energy is coming from that place. And the
Wow.
fact that we get an opportunity to visit the cactus family, and man, it's just wonderful. I think people need to come and see, and more of us melanated folks are showing up there, but still need to be more. And when you come out there, you have to come with a humble vibration. You can't come with no coloration and all of that BS. You got to leave that behind. And I was taught that by never, not that I carry that kind of energy, but Ross Ben, kind of did guide many others. If you're coming out here, just leave that other crap behind, because you can get a lot of good, you know, gifts from these indigenous people that are there. And it's an international vibration, and it's like being in a candy store, but you have to be in full awareness. And also the fact that the classes that were given here by Brother Amun, uh Ross Ben, and the other sister, what's the other sister's name?
Marina Olakuni. Yes.
Special
Marina
shout out to
Alakune.
Marina.
Yeah, man, it's very, very powerful, and I just give thanks to the ancestors and creation for having me here on the journey.
It's
Ashe.
Yes,
true.
sir.
Hey,
Ashe.
I want to. I just got a knock at my door, family, from an amazing Jedi
Mm,
brother
mm.
named Abdur, who has taken up the magnetic staff to create magnetic finger rings with neodymium magnets.
Mm.
And what his intention is to dissolve all the chicken grease, all the oxtail grease, all the cholesterol fat that's in the capillaries causing high blood pressure. The magnets will help dissolve um, in the capillaries and the microcapillaries of the eyes. It increases, according to Science magazine, magnets like this increase blood flow 20 to 40%,
Wow.
because people are dying in our community. Top of the list is heart attack. Next is stroke, followed by diabetes. And with folks getting the wang in the arm, they have their blood getting too thick. And what the magnets do is literally dissolve anything that prevents the fluid flow. So if you want to get a magnetic bracelet from Abdur, I'm going to post his number right here, right now. His number is, hold on, bear with me, family. Every time I update my phone, it seems like it actually operates worse. Has anybody else noticed that?
I just want to give you a little backstory on Abdur. When I was working at East West Books, I used to do side presentations on 14th Street. And what sparked Abdur was myself and the ancestors doing a big crystal event. And what sparked him was the Malachite stone. And he's been on the journey ever since. So
well, he's listening right now. So give him a special shout out.
Yeah, he knows the story. He'll tell you the story how it all began.
All right, so here's his number. Magnetic rings, and I mean this is high quality. I was trying to do the ring thing, but that was just too tedious for me.
So his work is amazing. His work
he's like a
amazing.
master.
Yeah.
347. Okay, make sure 347. 399. 399 and 0169. 0169. And I'm going to scroll it on the bottom. And please continue, Kufunya, unless you
Yeah, big ups to the brother Abdur. You been saying another master copper worker, man. Abdur, you be going in. He always got amazing setups and so many awesome pieces, great pieces. What you spoke
also
about.
A worker of crystals and copper, aren't you? Amun?
Yes, yeah, copper, bronze, silver,
man, show
gold.
them folks that pyramid ring you got on there. Hold on, let me pull you up. Who made that, bro?
I'm the creator of this piece. Y'all might see another ring like this on Blue Pill's hand too. Blue Pill got one of my rings. Yeah, that's a black tourmaline pyramid, but we do a bunch of pyramids, but I love working with the black tourmaline, shungite, and the obsidian pieces. So I got all 3 black pyramids in rotation right now. This one is in silver, but I do copper joints, bronze joints, gold joints, and I like mixing the metals too. So it's real fun to start doing like the copper base with the sterling silver wrap, because it's a whole nother energy signature that comes along with that alchemy.
That's amazing. And Ross Ben, where did he go? Ross,
I'm right here, Star.
I got an ankh I want to show that you had created for me, man. I have it hanging over my head while I'm doing my work, man. So I want y'all to A4, tell us about your experience in Tucson, and I'll be right back, okay? I'm going to go get my ankh from Ross Ben.
Oh yes, my experience. I have heard from peace and love. Everyone give thanks for life, and uncommon connections. Give thanks for uncommon connections. I've met some really serious alchemists. Most of you are here on the line, and it's an honor. Linking up in different places, spaces. One of the places we've been to is Tucson, but I have attended certain excursions to see how the crystals are grown, how they are obtained from the mountains. With a few years back, I went on an excursion with Sister Kufunya, Ras Ben, and Arizon son, and some others. We chartered a bus and we went upstate New York. We went into some crystal caves. We went to Herkimer, different places like that. And
Franklin, it wasn't Herkimer.
It was Franklin.
Franklin, yes.
Franklin was one. Herkimer was another. Didn't we go?
Oh, okay. I didn't attend that one.
No, Ross Ben was not on that trip.
Oh, okay.
We specialize with different trips and whatnot, but
Sister Kufunya, that was you.
Yes, I do the crystal road trips based on the guidance of Ross Ben. Yes. And we always, go to the deep into the mountains, into the mines. Rising Sun was there one of the times, and I think Miss Bliss went. I'm not sure if she did, but this is another step up, going to Tucson and seeing. I mean, there's mines all over the planet, but just the importance of different things is coming through from Rasta, and Brother Amun just puts everything together for us to experience, the different nations. There's, we're connecting with the African people who deal with the minds, which is very, very crucial and key to get in
Yeah.
alignment with those brothers there and the sisters from Ethiopia, from the Congo. It's there for
Madagascar.
us. Yes,
Yeah,
it's
'cause
there
that
for
is the
us.
thing.
Yeah.
That is the blessing of Tucson, where if you can't get to the mind, the next best place to be is Tucson, Arizona. Why? Because all of the mine owners, all of the brokers that deal with these, you know, uh, crystals and sacred stones, they come here. So you can avoid the corporate hand. You can find some folk in Peru that are just like you, or some folk in the Congo that are just like you. And the biggest difference, though, is that they have access to a mine and tons of crystals that out here in Tucson, paper beats rock. They spend a whole lot of money in shipping and handling to get these stones here, right? So guess what? They're not trying to take them home. So paper beats rock, you know?
Yo, that's
And
some good words you're saying there, brother. They ain't trying to take them home.
they ain't trying to take them home. They want to transform that thing from matter to an electric digital imprint that, would transfer to some money or some paper, you know? So, like Amun had mentioned, we've been coming out here close to 2 decades, right? And that that opens the opportunity for us to build relationships with these people. When you come to someone year after year and you're, a consistent client or, someone that they're serving, yeah, man, they love you. So they're going to encourage you to come back by letting your paper even be a little longer. And another dimension with the Tucson Gym Show, with several dimensions with it, but the biggest one as it relates to coming out in a collective is that it's an overwhelming experience. It's not a gym show, it's a showcase, which means that there's anywhere from 30 to 40 shows spread throughout the city, right? So what a lot of ones out here do, they'll do the immediate cop and flip. They'll go to the off the beaten path shows, buy material, and then go to one of the, premier shows or the shows that have the most flow and walkability, mark everything up 40%. So even though you might start your Tucson experience at these popular shows, because it's kind of like a social experience and it's just where the vibes are, right? You got to be wise in your spending and hit some of the off the beaten path shows because you might find the same thing you're attracted to half off,
Wow.
So, those factors kind of make it a blessing when you get to come out with ones who experienced with the show and who built these relationships with either the miners or brokers who are getting these things over here at, where you say the base level price, So, yeah, the brother Moon had asked if I would come out and be a strength and a support this year. That's why we're here, and we're thankful. Because like Kufunya said, AZ, it's a special place. This is where the cacti, the Sonora Desert, is the most biologically diverse desert on the planet. And these cactus out here, what's that tree? The baby's breath, the chaparral. Oh man, smell these aromatic trees and get to meditate with the cactus. Yeah. It's nothing you can take for granted. So, but again, that would come with knowing the best place to go out in the desert. You ain't just gonna wander out in the desert, man. It ain't that type of party. It ain't like the Wissahickon Park, Fairmount Park in Philly, you know? You gotta be wise in your movements and kind of know where you're at. And so, yeah. That's how we started our day yesterday.
Right.
In the
So,
desert.
Ross Ben, I want to ask you, they had this video on YouTube that was blowing up where in the Congo, they had the brother holding a little light bulb and with two leads to the stone, and it made it appear as if the stone had electricity. And then they had, and we don't know if this is legit or if this is some new crystal that's been found. And then they showed a guy with an electrical insulated glove hitting the stone, and it looked metallic. And as he's hitting the stone, you could see sparks flying off of it. But my electrical background, it seemed like the stone might have been metallic, like either tantalum or germanium or cobalt, or one of the metals they use on in making cell phones. Do they have any kind of stone out there that generate electricity that you can put wires to and light up a light bulb?
Shungite.
No, without a battery.
Well, shungite's not generating. Shungite is not generating.
We're talking about
shungite is not a generator. It's a superconductor. So it has zero ohmage. It's not going to offer any resistance to an electrical current moving through it. Now, quartz is piezoelectric. If you apply pressure to quartz, it will discharge electric potential. Tourmalines are pyroelectric. If you heat a tourmaline, it'll generate an electrical current. Selenite is photoelectric. If you expose selenite to sunlight, it will release an electric current. The issue is the amperage and the voltage that these crystals are releasing is very slight. It's very little, okay? But also rotating magnets, right? Spinning magnets create electric potential. And I know most magnets that they use in that process are artificial, but the same is true with like a magnetite crystal. If you rotate it around a coiled wire, coiled copper, it'll create an electric current.
If I can tap in on that.
But it'll be a low voltage. Please, brother, please build.
No, if I can tap in on that. So there's a stone called Healer's Gold. And Healer's Gold is pyrite and lodestone. So just we understand like pyrite is a iron mineral and lodestone is also an iron mineral, but pyrite isn't magnetic, right? So pyrite would be like the electric expression of iron as a crystal. And then hematite would be like a magnetic expression of iron as a mineral. So when you have like lodestone and pyrite growing together, the possibility of having a stone that conducts electricity is higher depending on the land they come from and probably other minerals that I'm not able to name right now because I'm not the scientist looking at that stone. But I think that even what we saw with that stone conducting electricity, it may not keep those same qualities somewhere else on the earth. It might have those qualities while it's right there because the whole atmosphere is doing something. Just like when we study ancient Kemet, when the pyramids were properly activated, they activated things all in their radius. So I think that what's going on in Congo is that the land is alive. And when things are extracted from the land, as long as you're still on the land, you're still inside that magnetic field. So you experience different properties. So this is just all theory, but that's how I feel. And that's what I think is going on with that stone.
Ashe.
Ashe. Ashe. I got a what I'm doing is I have to convert these awesome videos that you've shared. So what I want Kufunya to tell me, how much walking are you doing out there, Kufunya?
Well, the exercise is getting in. And I would tell people, you know, if you have a scooter or roller skates, that would be good to have, because let me tell you, you just got to come out and experience for yourself. It's nothing like it. I mean, they have crystal shows in New Jersey. They have crystal shows in New York. But it's nothing like being there, seeing these gigantic, massive beauty that comes out of the earth. The earth is a beautiful energy, and it's just, and then, you know, listen, guys, when is the next one we're doing, Ross Ben? We're thinking about doing the Colorado one.
Right, that's in September. The 3 largest gym shows in the country, Tucson is the largest. That's the first 2 weeks of February. Then North Carolina, Franklin, North Carolina. We need to crack that code of the Franklin, North Carolina show. Why?
We on it.
Because it's the closest to where most of us live. You know, but it's the 3rd largest gym show. I actually think they have it twice a year, one in May and one in August, but I'm not sure. But also, too, it's on a mound. Franklin, North Carolina is centered around a recognized mound that's very mystic, has traditions of like the Immortier, the dwarves, coming out and helping certain humans in certain battles, you know? So that's a whole nother dimension to that show we need to get into. But then the 3rd largest gym show is the 2nd week of September in Denver, Colorado, right? And that show is great because it allows for the crystal cannabis convergence. You know, there's a lot of healers that are really, because of the freeness out there, they're able to kind of get into a deeper fullness of the healing potentials of cannabis and its relationship to crystals, you know? So we usually meet a very progressive, eclectic, open-minded collective of healers, people that got real unique, like someone like an Ankh Rising Sun. Imagine a whole Denver Coliseum full of Ankh Rising Suns that just integrate crystals, magnets, and pyramids, and, you know, healing members of the plant kingdom. Imagine, you know, 5,000 of them. That's how the Denver show, that's how I experience it sometimes, you know?
Man,
not that everyone you meet is going to be on that frequency, but you're going to meet enough of them, you know? You're going to leave out of there inspired along with whatever crystal goodies you got, you know?
Well, I got the videos uploaded, y'all. Check this out. I want to thank you, Brother Amun. I want to thank Afua. And Here, I'm loading them up. I got pictures. What y'all want to do first?
I wanted to send you some more, but I just got caught up in managing the day. You know what I mean?
Loads.
Show the pictures. This. I don't know who sent me this, but I do know that's a beautiful photo.
Those are from Zaire. Those are citrine from Zaire. Those are some of the most potent citrine on the planet. So when you're talking about like the people looking at that as the merchant stone, a lot of people like really getting the radiated quartzes that are citrine. But these are like, yeah, but like Rossman said, this is the vitamin C of the mineral kingdom.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's citrine, health and wealth. And when you get it out the Congo, it has an ancestral dimension that speaks to you profoundly.
Yeah, I got that guy's card too. So if y'all want to plug into the real citrine, holla at me.
Okay, here we go. First video.
So that's the 22nd Street Market. That's the last place we were today. And yeah, that marketplace, Rossman, what did they say? That's now the #1
show in Tucson now, right? So Amun and I have observed that show start out as one of the least attended as far as vendors and shoppers, right?
Hey, Bush, we're gonna have to do a trip out there. This is hot.
Yeah, what are you waiting
I see
for?
what Kufunya has in her hand. Kufunya, what is? Wow.
This is from the Congo.
Whoa.
Wow. Look at that.
What's that, Kufunya?
Wow.
This is citrine.
Hold it flat and still in the middle.
Oh, wait a minute.
Hold it closer to the screen. Wow.
And I got this in 2020 when I first went out to Tucson with Amun and Rasta and a whole host of other people.
Wow. That's hot.
That's
hot.
Yep.
All right, here's the next video.
Yes. Great amethyst pieces. Not tiny, but not too big. You know, holding one in my hand, for example. And them joints stand up on the end like that. Yeah. Yay, boy.
Store. It's like being in a candy store and people are
you
smiling.
Have to go out there with a tractor trailer. We're gonna have to get Dave to take a brother. He got him 18-wheeler spaceship. We're gonna have to have him go out there and load up on the tractor trailer all these crystals, and then we got to keep them in the storage spot.
I was just about to say, how are you guys getting these crystals home? That was a very large crystal.
Shipping.
They ship for you?
No, well, we ship ourselves.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, go ahead, Ross.
They do have, UPS will have a shopping special where you could get a pallet up to a certain weight, like maybe 1,000 pounds or something like that, for like $400. They won't deliver it to your house, but they'll deliver it to your city, and then you will have to go and pick it up. They also have shipping companies that'll be out here, and you can, broker a rate with them. You could try the post office, but I'm gonna tell you, one of the most painful things to ever happen is you invest in a crystal, you think you've wrapped it up and secured it, put it in with USPS, and then you get it home, and then that thing is in pieces when you open the box,
No.
UPS, I think dollar for dollar is the best deal. And again, at most of the big shows, they'll have like a mobile UPS shop right there where you can just, it's one-stop shop. You get your piece and go there and work it out.
Nice, nice.
Mhm.
So the amethyst that you were showing, what were the price ranges? Those are large crystals. So what is
So
the price range? Because it's on discount, right?
wholesale, a lot of those. Now, there's a lot of different places. Let me put my camera back on, pardon me. There's a lot of different places around Tucson you're gonna find amethyst. Amethyst is everywhere. But like Rasta said, you can find dealers who are really the hosts that like it's their mines. So you're always going to get a better deal with them because why would a person bring stuff from mines all the way across the world to take the stuff back to the mines? That doesn't make any sense. So
Right.
for some of those chunks there, a lot of those were ranging between $60 and $150. But they would like you to buy a kilo, right? Or buy in kilos. So once you stack up a certain number of stones, they're going to begin breaking down the percentages for you. And then they are used to people already coming in saying, these are marked $60 each. I want 10 of them. They're going to let you know $600, but ultimately they're going to give you a break because they want you to take 10. They
Right.
would much rather you take 10 than you take 2.
Right.
So if you get to saying, I can do 400 for these 10, a lot of them going to take that 400 because that means that's 10 more stones they don't got to carry all the way back.
Right. The
You
more
know?
you spend, the more the value, generally speaking,
Man,
And
this is a beautiful background, brother. I'm sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
oh, no worries. So yeah, that's real. The more you spend, and the more you spend year after year, you're not gonna get if you shop with this person over a decade. Yeah, the price break you're gonna get is way greater than if you just rolled up on them talking about I like your rocks. And also too, you got to factor the show. Like I said, there's 20, 30 shows around the city. Some of the shows you're gonna pay probably the same you pay wherever you're at because it's a popular show. Like I said, somebody probably went to one of the off off the beaten path shows, bought up something, and they marking it up 40, 50% real time, right? You're
Wow.
not going to get a good break. You're not going to see a value in that, right? So you got to go to some of the shows that are further out, a little bit off the beaten path, then you're going to see better values, especially if it's slow.
Like we did today. Like
Yes,
we did
especially if
today.
it's slow. Like if that show ain't getting a lot of flow, you can name your price. We were with a sister today. The prices, she was pulling out her crystal, showing us what she got. And when she would tell us her price, I was like,
Gina
damn,
G.
you killing them. You killing
Yeah.
them. Like, whoa, you showing no mercy. Like paper beats rock, but
Ca-
dang.
Um, can you put the link in the chat so Gina can also talk about her experience?
The link in the chat. She might not be able to press the link,
Why
but
don't you text her the link, Kufunya?
yeah, text it to her.
All right,
Kufunya.
all right, all right.
Leo will try to put you to work, man. Y'all gotta watch
Hey,
them Leo.
look, I've been calling.
Stop
I got
Tell you,
Star
blushing.
man.
Rasta on speed dial, calling them up like, "Yo, Rasta, yo, we need your help, Frederick Kufunya. She out of control."
Yo, I see my cats. My cats be trying to have training day every day. They wake up like, come on, slave. It's for me. Time for my tender biddle.
I'm
One
gonna
thing
put
to
her
add
in the.
on.
I'm gonna put it in the chat. Let me mute myself.
One thing to add on too is like part of the reason why we also do this is because I'm thankful to be a part of that spearhead that saw the wire wrap stone jewelry reality blossom. Like I know that there was a generation before me But when myself and certain other wire rappers started going city to city way back in like 98, there was elders that had done it, but they wasn't really big on rapping crystals. They were just big on doing copper work or doing work with the spoons and the forks and things of that nature. So when I really started doing it, I saw in my vision that this was going to be everywhere one day as a tool for economic liberation for our people. And I mean, shoosh, 20 years later, every major city that got us in it got some wire rappers and stone rappers. So when it comes to having a pilgrimage for our people who are dealing with transformative ascension consciousness and dealing with the science of Mother Earth. So, like, as to not be so lofty minded that you don't understand the magnificent, tangible things. Coming down here to Tucson and having this gathering gives people an opportunity to also have good guidance into the marketplaces, because you can come down here with a pocket full of money. You come down here and thinking you're about to smash them with 5 Gs. This place will eat your little $1,000 up like they're $20 bills quick. So having guidance to move through this. And Ross Ben, many years ago, when I was just roaming, Ross would tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Nah, don't get that here. I'm gonna show you something, you know." And so now I'm doing that for the brothers and sisters that's coming. They're like, "Oh, this is sister." I'm like, "Chill. Like, I know who got that amber, and you're gonna get it in better shapes, and they're gonna all these little individual prices you see on it. They're just gonna go ahead and take it, put it on a scale, and just toss you a price." And being able to be guided through these marketplaces and not just beat over your head for your whole wallet in your first 2 hours out here is very relevant.
What about
facts? It's facts. It's facts. Because Ross Ben, he's a really great earth keeper, and he has knowledge of what to do and what not to do, because he pulled me up when we first went to the first place, and he said, "Nah, Kufunya, don't do it here. We're gonna go to Kino. We're gonna go to the 22nd Street show, and you're gonna get more value for your money. So you got to come out with somebody who knows, so your funds can stretch. You know what I mean? I mean." Gina, hopefully she can call in. She copped some. We are going to be joining up with Gina's going to be the lead shopper for us, man, because that woman, she knows. I mean, I thought I knew, but she's a great teacher in shopping, and so is Ross Ben and Amun. We're all learning and growing.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I was just saying that really what that spoke to with Gina was the relationship building dynamic, where she was able to touch these people's spirit real time. That's the only way I could imagine them basically giving her all that they gave her today,
So I got a question. Do they have Ross Ben, Amun, Kufunya, opal miners?
A whole bunch of them.
A whole
A whole
bunch.
bunch of them.
Yeah.
Ethiopian opals.
Australian.
Wow.
It's there for you to build with them.
Yeah, the reality is
African
any type of crystal you're looking for, if you can't find it in Tucson, I don't know where you gonna find it. That's the reality. Almost every crystal from every nation,
Wow.
that every race and every tongue can harvest, because that's type, like I'm saying, it's an international scene. You're going to meet people from every nation, race, and tongue. Our brethren with us today, Ed Word, was speaking Chinese, attempting to, connect with them people and get a value, So, yeah, if you're multilingual, it'll serve you. If, you can suspend any whatever judgments and prejudices you might carry. It'll only serve you because you're gonna need to be ambassadorial to connect with these people from another country. You know what I'm saying? To get the best value and to have, annual connect, year-long connections with them. It's important.
And then another thing just to consider too, that for all the people watching who have your favorite crystal store, or go to crystal shops to get your stuff, somebody's phone is ringing like crazy. Please turn your mic off. The diversity of stones you see out here, it makes a lot of stone shops that we be going to look one-dimensional. Like the stone shops you go to, don't get me wrong, they might be fly, but compared to what you're gonna see out here, most stone shops look really one-dimensional.
Right.
There's so many sizes and shapes and different tones of different stones, and it's something that really needs to be experienced. And ultimately, if you're a stone keeper, it upgrades your collection and your opportunity to understand that as you begin to embrace this as a lifestyle, you instantly start to become international because you're carrying fractions of the entire planet in your space.
And
Yes.
another thing, I went to one of the Chinese brethrens, and they remembered me from 2020 because I went back there to get what I needed to get, and they remember you. Oh, I remember you. I and other different. So that relationship vibration is very, very crucial.
It's very
And
important.
you cannot build a relationship being prejudiced against people who are loving what they do and bringing it forth out of the belly of Mama Earth.
And it's a graduation.
It is.
This whole science, this whole practice is a graduation into planetary consciousness for us. To stop being so localized, and we get so caught up in loyalty to small ideas, but we put it all on loyalty, like it's about loyalty. But if there's no expansion in your mind or in your heart, then you're loyal to something that's really just slowing you down from having a grander experience and a more complete understanding.
Ashe.
I resonate with that fully. I'd like to add how I also have created some connections from Africa with the mines in Africa. Prior to hearing about the Tucson trip, which is about 3 weeks long, I've been frequently going to the gem show in New Jersey. That one's in Edison. That's about 3-4 day long mineral gem show.
Yes.
That's usually the first weekend. Excuse me, let me just point out. Yeah, the first week of April is the New Jersey Gem Show.
Yes, and I've been going there since 2015. Every year. And one year I went there and, towards the end of the show, I realized that a lot of people needed help. And so I began to start volunteering. So I started volunteering with different gemstone merchants. And these people are bigger gemstone merchants than, a gem show. I mean, a crystal shop you can go to, because they're traveling from wherever they come from. And they're here for the extent of days for the show. So as I started volunteering to help people, through reading Raspen's books, I was able to have, one of them being a crystal Bible, another one that has like illustrations, but Raspen's book, The Rocks of Ages, and also the other book called Wellness, 5G Wellness. Those two specific books helped me to have more knowledge on metaphysics and things like that in order to understand. So it helped me to make sales, selling to people, giving them the vibrational healing properties of some of the gemstones, and it was amazing just meeting people and them knowing that I'm not really there to buy or I'm not really there to sell anything, but I'm there to give my energy in order to help whatever mission they were on. So
And go ahead, sister.
all right, I also went to Tucson, and in Tucson, these same people that I met in Jersey, they were there, and I was able to have a paid job. So in this time, I've expanded. I've grown from being a volunteer to now being able to trade and gain some type of income. So coming to Tucson, I actually had a job the first time, and that was able to sustain me during my length of time there. So that was a strength for me as well. So I really strongly encourage to create relationships with these people because some of them are traveling, some of them don't really speak English. It's very good to be diverse. Them learning that I was from Africa as well, it allowed them to have some trust with me. And so when other people are looking for jobs, I'm able to extend that resource and help other people get jobs when they go to travel to Tucson. Because of that, I think it's great to build those relationships and also have an open mind and being diverse because people, whatever race, creed, age, being open-minded helps us to grow and to build connections and with people that are resourceful.
Yeah, and we met one of our beautiful Ethiopian sisters out here, and she wants to learn, about the crystals and how it works and everything in terms of perhaps a business. And she was working with a brethren who hails from the Congo, and I was able to score some beautiful copper from straight from the Congo, Rasta. I'm telling you. And he also has, like Max, he knows brother Max too. Beautiful, beautiful pieces from the Congo, you know. So those relationships are very, very key, as Raspen and brother Amun stated. As myself, it actually. Oh, Gina is calling. Hold on one second.
Enjoy all of the photos. We're sharing this crystal dump. Did you see the gemstone bathtub?
Yes.
That was amazing. They had gemstone chairs, gemstone bathtubs, pieces that you need forklifts to carry. They were so beautiful. I've seen so many different stones. I learned about the hawk's eye stone. Can you tell us more about the hawk's eye stone? That one was really stood out during our trip last year.
Yeah.
Is that blue tiger's eye?
That's the blue tiger's eye, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, I don't exactly know the mineral formula that causes the tiger's eye to come more blue than gold in that case. But I do know that every time I see a good piece of that stone, it speaks to the soul. Tiger's eye does that anyway.
Yeah.
That flow of light that comes from. I guess what is that in that? Is that a feldspar?
It's asbestos.
It's asbestos. Okay.
Tiger's eye is the ore of asbestos, and that fibrous. You think about how asbestos pipe covering would have those fibers in it, right? Mm-hmm. That's the same fibers you see striated in tiger's eye. And tiger's eye, which, being natural asbestos, I've associated with it gives us the powers Daniel had. Cast in the fire, but you never burn, Oh, that was Daniel in the lion's pit. Who was it that got thrown in the fire?
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There you go, brethren. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Yes. What powers them have? Them get cast in the fire but never get burned. They had them powers of the tiger's eyes. So when we got a lot of heat, a lot of pressure in our life, right? You know? Yeah. That's when we want to look at that tiger's eye family.
And that blue tiger's eye, so you know the metaphysical insights of tiger's eyes, like tiger's eye is a stone for intuition, stone for balance, stone for motivation, stone for seeing beyond illusion. So like tiger's eye is great for not being caught up in facades. Like for a
Right.
person that works in the world of entertainment, for example, or somebody who's new in the world of entertainment, tiger's eye is great because people are always trying to sell you on something. Tiger's eye got a lot of hematite in it, has a lot of
A lot of
iron in it.
iron.
So
Yeah.
it causes you to have that flow of the intuitive mind. And also tiger's eye is a high dexterity stone. So tiger's eye is the kind of stone that when you're wearing it, you tap into its energy field. It helps you to execute things very gracefully. Anything you're doing, it helps you to execute it more gracefully. Dexterity is like that quality of like you think like Robin Hood. You know what I'm saying? Launching an arrow with the blindfold on and still hitting the bullseye. You know, that type of quality comes with tiger's eye. So hawk's eye addresses seeing how what you do in the big, like what you do in a small picture has an effect on the big picture. So that's why they call it hawk's eye, because it gives you some perceptive range about how your actions are influential in the big picture. You know,
Yes,
but a lot of that seeing through the veil and intuitive energy, but also that grounding quality that comes along with the hematite, a lot of motivation.
Yeah. My beloved sister Monique is in the chat. I want to give her a big shout out too, for supporting, our efforts as well. So
Yes,
big
Yeah.
up yourself, Monique, and
Sister
Big up.
Sag.
yes, and also my good sister from United Airlines, who made the things possible for even me to be out, and of course, Star Rasta,
On
for the
speed
support as
dial.
well. Yes, so I just wanted to, give a shout out to those beautiful people who assisted me, Monique, Dana from not American, United Airlines, the Star Alliance. I love flying that aircraft because it's dealing with the stars, the Star Alliance, so big up to them still. Yes,
Yes, sir.
yeah, there you
So
go.
look,
Hey, Monique.
even the next dimension of the Tucson show, right? Arizona was incorporated in the month of Aquarius, right? Tucson was incorporated in the season of Aquarius, right? And the gym show occurs in the Aquarius season from about January 28th to February 14th. So there's this Aquarian dimension to this thing happening in an Aquarian state in an Aquarian city during the Aquarian season. And we know if we study the precession of the equinoxes, we're moving in to what they will call the age of Aquarius, right? So a theme you'll see out here is like New Age, Aquarian, astrological, metaphysical teachings that is kind of the ideal of the Aquarian age we want to move into. And that's real important because the shadow of Aquarius is dystopia. All the Terminator, dystopian, matrix realities that Hollywood projects out to us like this is going to be our Aquarian dystopian future.
I like that. Follywood.
Yes. But when you come out here, you get to see a vision of a brighter future. you know? And that was a big theme of this trip because there was some youth on the trip who just how they moved and how they were like just to see these youth 5 and 6 years old to get to experience standing by these giant crystals and just seeing this scene, it was like the future's bright. The future is bright. And so that's a whole nother dimension to the Tucson show, this Aquarian future that we would want to see.
So for people who want to travel out there, you said the whole presentation is 3 weeks long. And so when is the best time for someone to come out there who can only get a couple of days off from work? Maybe they can just do like 3 or 4 days.
That's a great question. That's a great question. It depends on what you value more. Because if you hit the show early, you're getting the first picks. You're getting the highest grade of the highest grade because nobody else has picked through everything, right? But at the end of the show, when it's time for them vendors to pack up, guess what? Paper beats rock every time.
Discount time.
Yeah, you're going to get your best values at the end of the show. So it's really what you want. Me personally, I like coming out on the early side.
Early bird, huh?
I like coming out on the early side, but I was fortunate a couple of years to be here through the whole thing from the beginning to the end. And I'll just tell you, vibrationally, at the end, there's like a sadness, a palpable sadness, like a sad energy that, I'd rather be on the front side, where everyone's excited and full of exhilaration. And, what's your thoughts, Amun?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. The way you said it, I can't put it no better. I mean, it's dope to come early because you're in the front of the market where people are full of aspiration about connecting to you. People are more likely to have a conversation with you that ends up in a long-term relationship in the beginning. People get tired. People are exhausted. They've been out in depending on which market too, it can get dusty out here.
Yeah, Tucson is not a clean. It's not a clean experience. It's very dusty and
dust. It can be dusty.
Dirty.
The air be dry, so your lips be like you could drink a whole gallon of water. Your lips is mad chapped, and you just got outside. They've been outside every day, so you come out here after they've been out here every day for 2 weeks. You trying to be friendly, talking about so you're from Brazil. They like, are you spending money or not? Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's sad that it gets like that, but a lot of them are really, they got a lot on the line. They got a lot on the line to bring their things out here. So, we just want to understand that even when you come out here with a lot of compassion, because some of these people out here don't know if they're going to be back next year unless they do good this year.
That's right.
So when we come out with warmth in our heart, and even having compassion for the ones who don't speak English that well, because you're going to find a lot of people who are like from Brazil and Peru and just various places. They don't speak good English. So imagine that you didn't sell as much as you would like to, and you don't speak the language. And there's a lot of them out here who don't take credit and debit.
Yeah,
so they
where
want
the
you
laws
to have
are, they got to take cash.
Right, definitely.
So have your cash on deck. And, when we look at the big picture of who we are collectively, with those of who are on this line right now and the expansion of who we know that's on this frequency, as we come together and decide that we're going to be wealthy together, we're the angel investors in this market. When we come and we make these connections with brothers and sisters from the continent or from Indonesia or India or whatever, and we know that they looking to make something solid that's definitive for their future, when they can connect with us and we like, oh yeah, we'll order from you every season. Or you can expect to see us. They'll call you up. Hey, how you doing, Rasta? Are you coming to Tucson this year? Yeah, I'm coming, and I'm bringing a whole pack. Make sure you got this, that. When you roll up, with, you know, a crystal sun rising pack of 15 to 30 people, they like,
everybody's getting a deal.
Yeah, they bring the whole, you bring the village to them, they're gonna make sure the village of the mineral kingdom comes home with you.
Yeah.
Facts.
This is lit. This is some
I'm telling you, this is like, ooh.
Ross Ben, I believe this is the baby.
All right, it looks like it. The old funk.
It's the old funk right there. Yeah.
Ross, my brother Naeem named my technique. The old fun, the old funk.
No, I got that one. That wasn't Naeem. That was me at the Crystal Cookout in Philly.
That's what I said. That was you. If I said Naeem, I meant to say you. Right, my brethren.
I want that
Amun.
one. I want that one.
Yeah.
This sits over my head while I'm in creative mode, getting down.
All right. What are the wings of that one?
I don't know. You tell me.
I see. I think you got a. What's that? Auralite is the like your handle, but I can't see. It's hard to tell on.
It looked like either Merlinite or Amazonite.
Yeah, that's what I said. Amazonite. To me, it looks like.
Yes,
I have mine too. I love it. I don't have mine with me.
But yo, I gotta be honest, right? I've had the fortunate opportunity to study with who, without a lot of debate, could probably be named the two best wire rappers on the planet right now. Amun Mirage and my brethren Ras Naeem of Infinite Treasure.
Wow.
And when I factor that, my technique should be a lot tighter, man. I ain't gonna front. You know? My technique should be a lot. I got my elder over here laughing, but it's real. You know? Studying under Amun and Ras Naeem, I should have the tightest technique out here, you know?
Our writing and our ability to publish our work should be a lot tighter too. So we still motivating each other to grow up, you know?
Yes, I.
And Ross Ben helped me perfect my wire rapping as well, because he saw some of my humble beginnings, and then he said, Kufunya, try it this way, try it that way. And from then I perfected my own style that's different from what you're gonna see out there. It's like kind of like intergalactic type of vibration.
So that sounds like Kufunya saying she's your grandchild, Amun.
Hey, listen, you know, we're all children to somebody in this game. So let's
whose baby is that?
Continue the chain of honors. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I remember being on 125th Street rapping side by side with brother Azariah, rest in peace. And my Jade was doing her bead joins. And after being side by side at 125th, I saw my Jade start including crystals, different types of crystals, and wire in her works. You know what I'm saying? So the inspirations is deep. You know what I'm saying? All over the place. One thing I want to say about Tucson too is, you know, if most of the people here are tuned in from our regions, right? Like from between Boston and say DC, right? And we living in the Northeast sector, just for your personal resonance and your connection to the heavens and the earth, there's great quality in being in the Southwest, because it's the opposite of the Northeast.
Yeah, the opposite polarity, yeah.
You know, and so you'll find that when you get out here, you'll love it so much because the energy is totally liberating. You know, it's totally liberating to be in this diametrically opposed geography of North America. So just for that in and of itself, it loosens you up to be your real self, as opposed to the self that you became based on circumstances from living in the Northeast. Because a lot of us have really designed our personality based on the atmosphere we live in. But that ain't necessarily you. That's a circumstantial personality. So getting a chance to walk in the desert, be around the cactus, be around these mountains, be around like these open skies, because the buildings ain't tall out here, y'all.
Right.
You see a lot of sky out here because the buildings ain't tall. So all of that's relevant.
And Tucson's in a valley such that really, no matter what direction you look at, you're going to have mountain vistas.
Wow. So
Yeah.
who's this person?
It's hard. I'm on my phone. It's hard to see. Oh, that's Gina.
That's Gina. That's Gina.
What?
Gina,
She's the
that used to
bandit.
be
Gina
at
Jean, the
Nicholas
bandit.
doing readings. Wow. What's up, Gina?
Gina is the superstar of this trip, man. She got those high-end crystals based on the language. She speaks French, you know, and speaking also with the African brothers and sisters who also speak French. You know, she was able to score a lot.
Yes.
Hank, I
Scored
sent you
better than I
another.
could have.
Yeah.
What'd you say,
Right?
Amun?
I said I just sent you another pack of pictures too. It might be like a 4 or 5 piece.
Let me see. Man, I'm in awe of all this. I'm like licking all the crystals with my eyes, and people in the audience. You got over 100 and almost 130 folks eye licking the pictures, bruh.
Wow.
Yeah, so Franklin's next. Yep.
In your travels, what would you say is the most unique or impressive stone that you've been able to capture in these travels of these shows?
All of them.
For me, I would say covalite, which is, yes, it's a copper sulfide that has carbon in it, which makes it like crystal melanin, because 3 key elements in melanin are carbon, copper, and sulfur. Wow. And it, like shungite, is superconductive. Any energy moving through it, it's not going to offer any resistance. But covalite is, I didn't see any this year. It's not common. It's only been some years I've encountered covalite, this year not being one of them. And also the celestial quartz, the angel incarnate in stone. Usually some of the most, like what you say, just amazing crystal that you standing in front of an amazing looking piece of quartz. The angel incarnate in stone. It's in that celestial family. So those are the 2 I would say.
Man, this is enough to want to open up a museum, man.
I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Yo, I saw yesterday, my lady Rachel grabbed a stone that had an amazing piece of aquamarine. 2 pieces of big aquamarine growing out of a base that looked like a bunch of it's not stilbite. It looks like muscovite, but it wasn't muscovite either. It just looked like a bunch of little, almost like a bunch of little clams, a bunch of little gray clams all around the base. So it was a mineral growing inside of a mineral, and the piece of aquamarine was like about as big as my hand. It was ridiculous. So, you know, in some of these places, they got some specimens, some stone specimens. Like I saw some vanadite crystals the other day on a level that I had never seen them before. And of course, the tourmalines, the green tourmalines, the blue tourmalines, the rubelites. Some of the specimens out here are mind blowing. Like you could stare at them all day and take yourself to another cosmos. So yeah, that's the stuff that I was feeling.
Wow, that's great. What's that, Kufunya? Your mic is off.
Yeah, when I went to where Sister Yuket was assisting the brother from the Congo, this crystal called me, and the brother said, "Oh, this is quartz." He said, "No, this is citrine from the Congo. They come in different shades." So this is the one that I called me.
Wow. Beautiful.
We
It has
playing show.
inclusions. Yeah,
We
show
playing
and
show and
tell.
tell. I'm about to grab some stones. Hold on. I'm about to play show and tell too. Hold on. I'm about to
Oh, why
grab
would
some
you
stuff.
start,
Hold
Kufunya?
up. I'm about to show off too.
So I have a question. I have a stone here. I think it's celestite. I've been asking people about this stone, and not many people have been able to tell me about it.
Celestite.
Celestite.
Yes, they call that the angel stone. That's good
Yes.
for like if you're going through some kind of like heartbreak or disappointment or whatever, it helps guide you through it so that emotional train wreck won't throw you off the track, so to speak. And it's also great for the throat chakra and the crown chakra as well. Beautiful
Yes.
stone. Yeah.
And it's I've heard celestite is a good stone to use to help dream memory, dream recall, as well as lucid dreaming. To
That's
have
what I
it,
was about to say. This stone is the only stone that I have. It can't get wet, right? And you have to you can't put it in the sun. Am I correct?
that is true. For a lot of stones, yes. Sun will bleach the color. Just like if you got a curtain and it's been in the house for years, you can see where it gets sunshine, the dyes have been bleached out. So the sun will do the same thing to crystals.
So I thought the sun charged the crystals. So
charge so much they'll get bleached.
Yeah.
There's certain ones that you can't put in the sun, but you can also put the crystals in the moonlight, the starlight, in my windowsill in my home, I have my shungite, I have my rose quartz, but I don't have any amethyst in the window at all.
Right.
I don't.
And just like human, right? The dawning sun and the setting sun does us better than the sun between 10 and 2, right? That in Kemet, high noon sun was like, looked at as like Ra shooting you with solar arrows, right? He wasn't trying to be out in that high noon sun in Kemet. And so it's the same way with us today, and it's the same way with the crystals. It's that high noon sun that's the most damaging.
Yeah, that's also true in India. Like they say, go out after 3 p.m.
Yeah.
Whoa, what you got there, Moon? Hold on a second.
I mean, I didn't want to go through all the bags because stuff is all wrapped up, but I grabbed what I could grab quickly. And it's just a nice chunky piece of amethyst. This joint is about almost as big as my head, you know what I'm saying? Amethyst wand. These aren't that hard to find out here at the festival, but one that's lined like the dimensions of how this one is, I like it a lot. And these you can get these out here for a real good price. Like on the cop and flip side of things, word is bond. If I wasn't traveling the way I'm traveling right now, I would mess around and have about 50 of these in my bag. And amethyst is really important to a lot of us, but amethyst is the stone that initiated me into this crystal life. You know what I mean? This is the stone that initiated me into this crystal life, and it didn't initiate me in the third dimension. Amethyst initiated me through my dreams. I saw amethyst. Oh my gosh, that's a deep connection, yo. I didn't even think about that. I had a dream that I was on another planet, and I went down into a river. Mind you, this is when I was like 12 years old. I went down into a river, and I couldn't swim that well. I was scared of water, but I was in love with water at the same time at that time of my life. I went down in the water, and the water washed me up on the shore. And on the shore was all these crystals embedded in sand like rock. And there was a purple crystal in the rock. And that purple crystal had a dragonfly living inside of the crystal. And then I woke up.
Wow.
And what's interesting is that on this trip, our first day here, we did a ritual at this oasis space. And it was the first day of the 13 moon Mayan calendar was on that Friday, right? That was Friday, was day one. And that day is the day of the red magnetic dragon. So while we were out there doing ritual, a dragonfly came over and flew right to me.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the name of the park was named after a man whose name is Drachman.
Wow.
So, you know, Ross Ben had just broke that down last time. I remember him teaching a class about Tucson. He talked about all the streets here named after dragons, and we ended up doing a ritual in a park that was named after this Drachman dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so the dragonfly came right to us, and then the red bird came before we got to the car.
Yeah,
Wow.
a cardinal.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, for some reason we're still penetrating this mystery. Tucson seems to be geomanced on this dragon frequency. There's 3 streets with a dragon. There's a street named Dragoon. There's a street named Draco. And there's a street named Drachman. Right? And we're still penetrating the mysteries, but we've got some revelation, like Amun said, going to this oasis named Agua Caliente.
Agua Caliente, yeah.
The hot water,
Hot
right?
water.
Which is looked like a lake.
Yeah.
It was pretty big, you know, bubbling up from
hot
the
springs.
desert.
It's a hot springs there. Yeah.
It's a hot spring because we're in the middle of the desert, you know? I'd never seen this much water, and I've been studying the Sonoran Desert since I've been coming out here because, like you say, this is the most biodiverse desert on the planet. There's a lot of life out here.
And this is Sonoran Desert is where the toad, the Sonoran toad known as Bufo, lives 9 months out of the year and only comes to the surface for mating, and that's in July.
Wow.
And the rest of the time, it's in absolute darkness. So that's when it comes to the surface, that's when people milk them, and ignorant people in the world kidnap them and think they're going to have that accommodation at home. And then the toad, because it's an extraterrestrial, highly intelligent being, it becomes depressed. And when it becomes depressed because it misses out on its friends, family, loved ones, it doesn't produce the strong 5-MeO DMT, which is 4 times stronger than ayahuasca.
Well,
yeah. So being out here and finding this oasis with all this water, man, it was mystical. And yo, when we reached there, right, we could tell they had chemtrail probably in the dawning because it was all these dispersed chemtrail clouds. They were chemtrailing while we were out there because there were like some sharply defined crisscrossing chemtrails, about 3 or 4 of them. When we started, you know, affirming our reality and giving thanks to the Most High angels and ancestors, what? Yo, I've never seen the wind disperse chemtrails so quickly and thoroughly like we experienced being out here in this desert.
Yep, open
you know?
sky. Open sky for us. It opened sky for us, and it was cloudy in the mug when we rolled up. But by the time we by the time we went through the first 2/3 of our ritual time, sky was open, sun was shining bright.
You know, what came to mind is some of your lectures you've done, Ross Ben, on how the decoding of Philadelphia and how they actually, the secret powers that be have cast spells on urban centers for the purpose of negativity.
Yes.
And I remember you doing a presentation about Philadelphia. And then I know that, you know, you've been investigating. And listen, family, the powers that be would literally cast spells on the urban settings to create and agitate and amplify self-hate in the urban setting. Am I right, Rossman?
Yes.
So where I'm leading to, Rossman, as a remedy, is it possible that a person having crystals worn on their body, would that elevate them beyond the negativity spell that happens in the urban cities of Chicago, Philadelphia, Baltimore, New York, LA? Is that possible, brother?
Well, a wise man once told me, if you don't have a pistol,
you better get a crystal.
you better get a crystal.
That's right.
Hey, and I affirm that. That's real. That's real talk. I forgot who that wise man was, but yo.
Yeah, I got.
Yeah. He was a character, though.
Always in the lab.
I can speak to that a little bit too, if I may, yo.
Yeah, come on, touch on this.
So
bro.
we had, we've been having these conversations since we got here, and at Temple of Soul, when I conduct my workshops and thing, we talk a lot about resonance. In the 13 moon calendar, I'm a red resonant serpent. So resonance and vibration mean a lot to me. I'm big on mood. I'm big on mood. Like I'll be in the mood. A lot of times when I'm speaking, I do my best to communicate a mood. I'm in the mood to be successful, joyful, spiritual, graceful, holistic, cosmic, planetary, simple, supportive. I'm in the mood for that. Right. So our bones are crystals, like beyond the ones that we wear on our necklace and our earring and our ankle and whatever, our crystal pouch. Our bones are crystals, and they resonate, they vibrate, they ring. Our bones ring. Our nervous system is crystalline. The way it conducts electromagnetism is its way of ringing and sending out a tone. So regardless of what type of spell is being cast by who or external technology, none of these things is more impactful or more important than how we resonate and a signal that we send out. We can rearrange, we can and often do rearrange all this stuff. So the concentration on the city is just trying to keep the people from activating themselves. But right now, these people brothers and sisters walking around with copper on, silver on, stones and crystals on. Every person is capable of turning up and amplifying a frequency, but more often than not, people are wearing it with I'm helping myself as an individual state of mind. When we understand that we are just we're singularities, we're not individuals. And that we all support a cosmic feeling. So every city has its own unique resonant quality. And if we choose to be collective conscious caretakers, we're going to see results that come along from that concentration.
Man, you talking Ubuntu, man. That's Ubuntu. That's the spirit of Ubuntu. Thank you for dropping that, brother Amun. That's Ubuntu all day. We, as Muhammad Ali said. Powerful.
Yeah, man. The attraction to crystals, man. Like, we talk about like people wearing the necklaces and people walking up on them and touching the necklaces. A lot of friends of mine, they say, man, I work out there with the white folks, man, and I be buying your new necklace. They can't get enough of it. They be running up on me trying to touch my necklace, and I be trying to guard my stone. And I say, sometimes don't stress about that. It's the inner child. It's the inner child that is overjoyed with the mineral kingdom. It's not always a matter of somebody just trying to reach in your energy field and all of that. You should still, if you don't want people touching you, you don't want people touching your stones, because you don't run up and touch my pectoral. You don't run up and touch a woman's breasts, so don't run up and touch nothing on my chest.
Whoa, bro, depends on where you be hanging, man. If you start sweating, summer's coming, brother. Festival's coming. I've seen things. You don't believe me? You better ask Miss Bliss.
Well, Ankh, you got special powers, Ankh. So I know they might run up on you with an extra load. Okay?
I just be looking.
I wanted to show a few pieces of the petrified wood that attracted, that came to mind,
Wow.
petrified wood,
That's beautiful.
right? Here's another piece that attracted my attention.
Beautiful.
Got one more for you.
You gonna wrap those, Kufunya?
Yeah, more than likely, yes.
You got some. You gonna have
Look,
to.
this one has a picture, a face in it.
Mm.
You
Looks
see
like a
it?
wolf.
Mm-hmm. You see it?
Yeah.
And while I was doing it, Mamun came up and said, Kufunya, let me see this one. Look at this one. You know, he has it, but this is the final. I copped 4 pieces, you
That's
know.
beautiful.
Yeah. And so Amun got another one, and that's beautiful too. You know. I
And
don't know if you can.
petrified wood is it's stone now. Petrified wood comes 2 ways: jasperized and agatized. Petrified wood. So the petrification process comes along with those minerals to become stone, right? But it represents endurance and solidarity in us. But it also represents the strongest qualities of your family tree coming to form and standing the test of time. Like if your family has certain qualities that are strong in y'all, petrified wood will help. If for those, especially people who don't know, people who aren't clear on, like when we ask questions like why am I here? What is my life's mission? Well, once again, get out of the individual. You're a singularity, not an individual. It took millions of people for you to be here right now. So this life is a continued momentum of many lives. So petrified wood deals with that strength, that millions of years, and now I am.
Yes, sir.
Yo, you know what? I gotta drop this, man. I'm glad I put Amun up here by Ross Ben. You know, you're making me think about you know, we have this astronumerologist extraordinaire named Lloyd Strayhorn, and his strong Jedi is King Simon, who wrote another. King Simon wrote his book. So now I'm listening, and I'm like, so Amun, when you gonna, after you finish your tutelage under Ross Ben, do you have something you're getting ready to print?
We listen. I just had this conversation with
He
Ross like
did.
last night. I
Yes.
got like 6 books, and I am you know, I'm a Scorpio on a cusp of Sagittarius, with
That's dangerous, bro.
an Aquarius moon and a Gemini rising. So I have all of these things that are done like 94%, and I just got to do the last 6% to get them completed. So yes is the answer, and yeah, hold me to it. Before the end of this year, there'll be at least 1 good book done, and
All
likely
right.
2 or 3.
Ashe.
We all
We
got
affirm that.
yes. Hold fast to that crystal. Keep the crystal in your fist.
Hey, Rising Sun,
Yeah, man.
what's bubbling out of your lab lately, Star?
Yo, I got it set up. Oh, what's been happening lately?
In your lab, yeah. What's bubbling out of there?
Bliss, show him, Bliss.
Oh,
Hold on, let me bring her up.
let me take it up.
Yo, look at this. I got a download to design that for Miss Bliss.
Woo! That's beautiful. Wow. Tell me more.
Instead of the magnets on the outside, I did the magnets on the inside.
Wow.
And then for Miss Bliss, I got the download to incorporate lapis and black tourmaline at the same bracelet. And then I said, oh, shoot, I got to have me one of these. And I said, I got to make one for myself. And then the energy, I don't know, there's something about the energy between lapis, black tourmaline, and acacia wood. So because so many of us are dying from heart attack because our blood is too thick, that increases blood flow 40 to 60%. So what I've been doing is incorporating from meditation acacia wood with acacia orgone beads in various stones that's on the breastplate of Aaron.
Mm.
Lapis, amethyst, black tourmaline, labradorite, and it's been a fascinating experience. And for everybody who has, I think the Hebrews call acacia wood shittim wood. But
Mm.
check this out, Amun. Check this out, Rasben and um, audience. The word that activates acacia wood is coming from the Egyptian dialect called Wolof in Senegal. And according to Sheikh Amadou Bamba, the mystical name to activate acacia wood is Jalaban.
Mm. Jalaban.
Jalaban. Jalaban.
Jalaban.
Mm.
And you chant Jalaban,
Oh,
Jalaban,
wow.
Jalaban, and the spirit of the wood rises from the bead to do your bidding.
How wow.
Mm. That's
So,
acacia.
so what I've been doing, and you can do this for your family, if you have children, uh, you have extended family, you can have that acacia wood rise up and go and help somebody out. So that's why I think they had it in Kemet, they had the furniture, they had the mummification with the acacia wood because it's one of the strongest Rasben Amun. Acacia wood I found to be one of the strongest natural orgone generators.
Wow. Just by itself.
By itself, you got acacia honey, you got acacia seeds, you got the acacia fruit, and then you have the wood that can be made into Egyptian ayahuasca if you get it in a powder form and mix it with Syrian rue. So you take the Syrian rue, you bake it in a toaster oven at 300 degrees for 20 minutes to get rid of the chemical that causes excessive vomiting. And then you mix the wood of the tree in a powder form from a website called beautifulacacia.com. And when you mix that with lemon juice, it releases the DMT in the wood. But if you have it on as a bead, it makes one hell of a prayer bead because it puts you in trance.
Mm.
And it's I got a sense that acacia wood, the tree of life, burning bush of Moses, Ark of the Covenant, Noah's Ark, it repels the radiation that we call aging.
Wow.
So that's still an experiment in the lab.
Were you
Yeah.
looking younger, brethren? What did you shave recently? You got a youthful glow on you. Is it
You
that acacia? What's
Uh-oh.
happening?
you got that glow.
It's called comedy before bedtime.
All right. I hear you, brother.
Comedy. Yeah.
So you
And
know, next time I come to New York, Baba, you know that like
I'm gonna
I'm
hook you
coming
up, bro.
straight to the lab, yo. Like it's about to be because I was up there a couple times and I handled some things, but I felt like I wasn't plugging. So next time I'm up, I'm coming right to you, Baba.
Oh, I got you, bro. I got you. And Afwa was real instrumental back in the day. She goes into altered states on the whim, and then she gets a download on crystals. It just comes in. It just comes in like boop.
Mm.
So she was instrumental years ago. I want to give a special
In
acknowledgement
terms of getting your formulas that you're working with. You talking about that's what the sister was downloading for you?
at a certain point. Yeah.
Wow.
And I want to give a special acknowledgement to Miss Bliss because she's the cornerstone of making a lot of just about 95% of the shows popping.
Mm.
Y'all give her a round of applause.
Right, Miss Bliss. That's why you've been in hiding. All right, I love it. I love what you're doing.
Keep
Big
up that
respect.
music.
Thank you.
Big respect.
Yeah, she's been very, very helpful, you know. And I want to acknowledge also the co-host Baraka. He's moonwalking with the daddy shuffle, heavy, heavy. He's got 3 teenage daughters, so you know, if he don't show up, can't be mad at him. But for those who are,
I want to big up A4 too, because last year when nobody could come, A4 was like, I'm coming, and it was great, like great road dog, like great partner to roll with. It was all smooth, positive, spiritual experience. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, big ups, because you can't travel with everybody.
no,
Sometimes, unfortunately, I know what it's like to go on the road with or take someone on the road with me, and when they get outside their hometown, do they get strange. Ifua was buttery and smooth the whole ride. I love it.
Yes, sir.
Nice. And I gotta say, Ross Ben, you've been instrumental in and encouraging, along with my other true friends, as far as shifting into scribe mode. And I want to thank you for your encouragement, man, because when I wake up in the morning, that spirit of the scribe is heavy like a cloud, like fulfill your destiny.
I'm just a small instrument playing my part.
Huh?
I say I'm just a small instrument playing my part, brethren.
Hey,
in this orchestra of life.
Yep. So,
brother Hung, that's extra real. When I walked out of this room that I'm in right now last night, Rospin was doing his presentation. I went in the room calling myself, laying down for a quick breath, and fell asleep. Woke up 3:30 in the morning. Everybody was asleep. I came in the kitchen and started writing till like 5:30 in the morning. Wow. So that's that. I mean, like my first reappearance back in this room, I was the scribe.
Mm-hmm. So I want to thank you, Miss Bliss. I want to thank you, Afua. I want to thank you, Kufunya. Where did she go?
I'm right here
on Rasta on the phone.
See, we got to keep Kufunya around because she'll keep us sharp. Because if you're a dull butter knife, you can't hang out with Kufunya.
Nope.
No, it won't work.
It won't work.
Never a dull moment.
She will let you. She will test to make sure your testosterone is up to par.
She's the ost. She's the ost in testosterone. She's the ost. She's the test of ost to see what you're on. It's the test of ost to see what you're on.
You guys are hilarious.
So I just want to think. Oh, it's 11 o'clock. Listen, Miss Bliss, Vio con Dios, travel safely.
Thank you.
It's bedtime, and thank you for being so gracious to stay. Bliss usually goes to bed at sunset. So
wow.
So she's on overtime, and I want to thank you, Ross Ben and Kufunya and Mama Afua and Amun, Scorpio brother, Cancerian, Capricorn, Pisces, Leo, and of course Sag. I want to thank y'all for being on the platform tonight. And I want to thank everyone who contributed towards the chat.
Respect to everyone. Big respect.
Yeah, let's share our links though. Let's share our links for the people.
Yeah, man, share your links, bro.
So you go ahead,
Hold on. Go ahead. Say your thing, brother.
Okay, well, you can find me at Temple of Soul on Instagram. That's at Temple TEMPLE of SOL, Temple of Soul. You can also find me on my website, zodiankh.com, ZODIANKH, zodiankh.com. You can see my art creativity. And just tune in with me on Clubhouse too. We be dropping it on Clubhouse. I'm Amun Scorpius Ray. Scorpius is spelled XKORPIOUS. That's what the AXR stands for. Amun Scorpius Ray. Peace.
You know what? I wish I could make this one big banner. If y'all don't mind, it just, you know what? I'm gonna bring you up to the front so you say it slow, Amun, because most of our folks are special. So we're going to bring you to the front.
Okay.
Say it again.
Okay, so Amun Scorpius Ray on Clubhouse. That's XKORPIOUS. That's on Clubhouse. On Instagram, it's Temple of Soul. TEMPLEOFSOL. Temple of Soul. And Zodiank.com is the website. ZODIANKH. Zodiank.com. Peace.
Awesome. Brother Ross. Share with your
yes, sir.
Your contact info.
Rossben.com. Rossben.com. That's my one-stop shop. Ross. Just know too, I got imposters on IG. I will not be sliding in your DM offering virtual massages.
I put all of my contact information in the private chat. You can find me on IG, KufunyaStarRebel, right? Kufunya.com. The website is not up yet, but it's Kufunya.com. You'll know. And mydoterra.com/Kufunya. And my contact information is 347-972-0901. My Gmail is KufunyaIfe@gmail.com.
That's beautiful. And Miss Bliss, you can tell them they'll find you right here on Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids.
Exactly.
And Afua, you have any last words? You got.
Yes, I'm here. My contact is also 609-529-7831. You can text me, send me a text on that. 609-529-7831. My Facebook is Mame, MAAME, Afua, EFUA, Charlotte, CHARLOTTE, and Sani. So you can find me there on Facebook. I post there often. And on Instagram, it's Eco Holistic Oneness. That's Eco, ECO, Holistic _ Oneness. ONE.
Okay, thank you. And I'm going to say to everyone who is listening and is interested in crystals and networking with your services, your products, you're welcome to join Magnets, Crystals, Pyramids. But if you have a phone that only has 4 megabytes of memory, you better not come in, because it's over 800 people from all over the world, and it will suck up your memory, and you'll be thinking it's we've had people want to jump off the chat. But if you really, real about networking on a global level, this is the channel to check out.
Well, all right, Unc Rising.
Yeah, so I want to thank you, Ross Ben. I want to thank you, Kufunya. I want to thank you, Amun. I want to thank Afua, and special thanks to my co-hostess, Miss Bliss. And y'all be safe now.
Thank you.
Divine love, higher heights to y'all. Y'all be well. Peace.
All right, Miss Bliss, you got my number. Give me a call, man.
Yes, man.
All right, one love. Thank you.
One love.